Welcome to Yoga Level 1. Namaste. My name is Jessie Moon and we can get started. So I brought a blanket near me, and if you guys want a block near you for some of the poses, you're welcome to have that near you. And let's just settle in cross-legged, maybe sit up on your blanket. You want your knees a little bit lower than your hips if you can. So, sorry. Let me put this on silent. Okay. So then we'll bring our palms to face up, and if the knees are really high, like this, you want to sit up on a blanket or a pillow to try to get your hips even with the height of your knees. You'll be more comfortable when you sit in your meditations. So we'll bring our palms to face up and just roll our shoulders forward, up, and back. Let your head rock over to the side. Take a breath there, maybe even squeeze it, get a little acupressure in the muscles, and then bring your head to your chest, and you can switch over to the other side if you want to squeeze the other side for a moment. Big breath, and then go back to the other side, and either just go little U movements, or you can do full neck circles. And it feels really good for me to just push my fingers into those trapezius muscles because they get so tight. And that really helps to release. You can get little clicks and cracks out of your neck. If you relax enough, breathe deep. When you're done, you can reach your arms up and overhead, get a big stretch. Interlace your hands, point your pointer fingers up. And then exhale, bring our hands to our heart center, and let's take a moment to feel grateful for ourselves, for the spirit within us. Take a big breath into the heart. Hold the breath for a moment, and then just slowly let the air seep out, creating that hissing sound at the back of your throat. That's Ujjayi, breathing in through the nose and slowly back out through the mouth or the nose, creating this hissing sound at the back of the throat. And eventually, if you can, as much as you can, you want to keep your mouth closed. That helps to generate more energy and heat in the body. But anytime you want to have the mouth open, it's another way of releasing too. But the control of the breath is the key. So inhaling in and exhaling slowly out. And maybe just bring your hands flat onto your heart. And as you take a deep breath, just a regular deep breath, take a moment to just feel the heart beating. Feel that natural pulse of your spirit, of the energy pumping, making you alive. You feel that pulse. And then there's also a pulse of your Kundalini energy at the base of your spine as it begins to move up the spine. So breathe down into your belly. Maybe put a hand to your belly. Breathe all the way down, and then as you exhale, you can squeeze your pelvic floor muscles. Do Mula Bandha, where you squeeze and lift those muscles up. And then you kind of tuck your chin in and look up at the third eye as you exhale. Imagine your energy coming up and out. Inhale, you're breathing down, all the way down into that root chakra. Expanding and releasing, and then exhale, squeeze the pelvic floor muscles as you exhale that breath out. And you can kind of wiggle and move a little bit. This helps to free up that Kundalini energy, the energy that runs up and down your spine. And make sure you sit up straight, roll those shoulders back. And breathe into your heart. You feel it move up into your heart now, just from a few breaths to the belly. And up into your throat. Let your throat energy open for a moment. So everybody has a toroidal field. Everybody has a biomagnetism in the body, or a spirit. And there's a science to how it moves in your body. And the yogis understood this subtle science. And the way it moves in a clockwise direction. So if you'd like, go from left to forward to right to back. Just make little circles. You can keep your hands to your heart if you want, or you can bring them down onto your knees. And just make little circles here. So this is about feeling the Kundalini right now, not really stretching anything. I just want to connect with our spirit first. And see if you can just feel that coming up. Like you're setting your spirit free. It's moving up, so it moves up through each chakra, which correlates with each endocrine gland. And it moves up to work all these endocrine glands. And it moves up through the throat and up in your head, the left and right hemispheres of the brain. And it shoots out the top of your head, and it sprinkles down and around, and then it sucks back up through your tailbone. There's a negative charge at the base of your spine and a positive at the top, and that's why it goes from negative, cycles up to positive, just like the earth has a negative at the south pole and a positive at the north pole. And there's a field around the earth, an electromagnetic field. When it's in a biological entity like us, we call it biomagnetism in science. And yoga, this is your spirit. So bring your hands up for a moment. Just feel the grace. You feel your spirit opening up. Let our spirit come out for a moment. Let the biomagnetism stretch out. You can bring your right hand down and then reach over to the side. Now let's get into our stretching. Now that we connected with spirit first, set it free. Now let's connect with the physical structure of the body. Bring your head down towards that right knee. And we'll breathe. Release the tightness in the back. Good. To the center. And you can bring your forehead down here onto your hands. And then go ahead and just move on over to the left side. Forehead and nose towards your left knee. Relax your shoulders. And you can go ahead and roll up into that side bend over, bringing the left hand down now. Feels good. All right, let's bring our hands behind our back, squeeze our shoulder blades together, and just lift your hips up. Drop your head back. And then bring your hips down. And bring the soles of your feet together. Grab your shins, lift your heart, round your spine. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, round your spine. Inhale up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Interlace your hands around your toes. And if your hips are tight, bring your feet farther away from your body so you can lean down into it more. You can slowly roll on up. Bring your legs straight here. And we'll lift our arms up. Flex your toes. Exhale, come down. Grab your toes. Tuck your chin to your chest. And you can bend your knees here so that you can grab your toes. And you can do the yogi toe lock if you'd like. Your pointer finger and middle finger around your big toe. And we're just going to take some deep breaths here. This is one of my favorite poses. And the longer you hold it, really the more benefit that you get. It goes deeper and deeper into the stretch in the muscles, but especially the nerves up the spine and in the neck. It really helps to stretch those nerves. So just keep breathing and relaxing. Maybe wiggle side to side, because for me anyway, the nerve pulling on the neck and down the spine can get intense. So if you kind of got to work out of it, because you know, like a child would want to come out of it right away. But you got to breathe into where it hurts. And then as you exhale, watch the tension melt away. This is how we really change and release the stress in the nerves and in the muscles. And then when we get rid of that stress, we can be so much stronger. You know, in your other classes, in the strength classes, or whatever hard physical activities you do. We're going to do some more hard poses later too. And from having melted here, you're able to really hold it in a greater strength. So the less stress in your body, the stronger you can be. These yoga stretches are so imperative for your well-being. Okay, we can come on up, and then we're going to come into fish pose. So you bring your thumbs together, and your back of the hands are on your sacrums, and you're going to just hang out here like we're hanging out at a pool. You're sitting on your hands. Your thumbs are touching, and the back of the hands are on the bony part of your sacrum, right above your tailbone. And then the crown of your head comes down, and we breathe. And then you can come right back up. So go ahead and come back up. You just come the same way. Push yourself up and come back into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. All right, and then let's swing our legs around and come onto our hands and knees. Wiggle our hips side to side, back and forth. Look over one side, and then over to the other side. Cat cows, tuck your chin in. Inhale, look up. tuck your toes if you'd like. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Good. Exhale and round. One more time. Inhale, look up. And then if you want to do some little circle movements with your hips, feel free to do that. And circle the other way a few times. You make as big or small circles as it feels good, and really, if you find an area that feels tight, you can stay for a moment. Making our way to child's pose. And breathe into your back. And let go of your mind. Let it ground with the earth. Feeling held by the earth. Just like a mother holding her baby. Just let yourself be held here and let yourself kind of just drift off into the sense of love and safety, nurturing. You'll always be taken care of by her. Her fruits, her foods, her perfect temperatures. It's such a beautiful day today. So just take a moment to feel the love, feel a sense of gratitude, and feeling that sense of protection and safety. Allowing yourself to connect with the energy of the earth. Synergize your vibration with the earth vibration. Just kind of deepen your connection, deepen your vibration, deepen your breath. Soften your nervous system, soften your mind, even the physical spongy matter of your brain. Feel it softening here. Let your forehead rock side to side. Just your whole being is softening and freeing up. And go ahead and come back up onto your hands and knees and look up again. Squeeze your shoulder blades together in your cat pose. And then round again, curl your toes under. And let's come to down dog. Oh, this mat is very slippy. So you're in down dog. This one kind of feels slippy too. Alright, I might be a little slippy today. Bicycle your knees back and forth. If your mat is ever slippy, you can always grab the edges of the mat. That always helps too. They make mats so funny. I don't know why they make it slippy. Some of the nicest mats are like the slippiest mats, and the best mats are like the $5 mats. Okay, so spread your fingers wide, reach to the crown of your head, and come into plank pose, top of a push-up. And you're welcome to bring your knees down here, and just align your shoulders, your hips, and your knees. Tuck your chin to your chest. And we'll lower nice and slowly, elbows by your side, chaturanga, all the way down to the chest, chin forward, inhale, lift up to cobra, and just exhale, hold cobra, squeeze your elbows, shoulder blades. And then let's push into the hands and come all the way up for a deeper stretch, opening up in the spine. Breathing into your belly. Maybe move your head around, look over to the right side of the room, look to the left side, and look up. Shoulders away from your ears, squeeze your belly in, curl your toes under, go back to downward dog. And breathe here. Fingers are spread wide. Press your thumb and pointer finger down, especially engage your biceps and triceps. Try to get your heels down and even lift your toes. But your knees might be a little bent here, and most people can't get their heels down, so that's okay. Eventually your hamstrings will open a little more. But the idea here is to stretch your back, to release your back and your neck. So don't straighten your legs and have your body be forward, because that's not down dog. Down dog is like a dog stretching, and they always have their knees bent, right? But as you get more flexible, you can straighten your legs and get a stretch in your legs as well. Okay, back to a plank pose. And then we can lower just halfway down. Knees can come down here as you lower. And lift up to an up dog. Bring your knees off of the ground maybe this time. And you don't have to. You can do all your up dogs with your knees on the ground, if that's better. And then back to down dog. We're just warming up. Let's walk our feet forward and come into a hanging forward fold. And swing side to side. Bend your knees back and forth. And shake your head. You can step on your hands if you'd like. Padahastasana, toes touch your wrists. And toes out to the side, come into a squat. Hands to your heart. Breathe to your belly. And squeeze your pelvic floor muscles and squeeze your belly in. Let's get a good stretch in our hips. Inhale, expand the belly. And exhale, squeeze your belly in. Squeeze your pelvic floor muscles. Few deep breaths here, really opening in the low belly and opening in the hips and breathing down into that space, and exhale, squeezing. So we're really opening, pushing that opening. Bring your thumbs to your forehead. Maybe bring your fingertips forward. And if you'd like, you can bring your tricep on your shin. Bring it nice and low as you can. And then you flip your palm up and then bring your hand behind you. And look up. Get a little bit deeper stretch. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and come back into a plank pose again. Lower halfway down. And inhale to up dog. Good. Exhale back to down dog. Squeeze your belly. And as you transition, you can transition on your knees always. Step your feet together. Lift your right leg up. Bend the knee. Circle the ankle. Open up the hip. Re-parallel the leg with the floor. And exhale, bring your knee to your nose, round your spine. And inhale, lift it high. And exhale, knee to your nose. And inhale, lift it high. And exhale, step it forward. Bring your back knee down. Just drop it down to get a nice deep stretch here. And breathe, chin to your chest. Inhale, arms out and up, lift up. You might interlace your hands here or bring your palms just to face one another. And push your arms out to the side and interlace them behind you. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Keep dropping your hips down. And then if you'd like, you can bend your back foot and grab the foot here. Interlace your hands around the foot and sink. And breathe. Just keep a hold of the foot with the left hand and bring your pointer finger and thumb together with your right hand. Gazing forward, and then let's bring our hands down and do a forward fold over that right leg. Half splits. And get a little bit deeper. You can come into a deeper split. Just a little bit deeper if you'd like. Just kind of playing with this first split, slowly maybe getting deeper and deeper, opening some of those harder to reach muscles. And then come back just to a half split, so the knee is under your hip, and lift your right hand up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Keeping that right hip lowered, and then reach over your head. And let's bring the shin down and come into a pigeon pose. You can always put a blanket under this right hip here to lift you a little bit more. So lift up, come up on your fingertips, feeling that stretch. If you want to, you bring your left hand up and back. Either just grab the thigh here and keep lowering that left hip down, or bend the knee and grab the foot. Go a little deeper into it. If you're even more flexible, can maybe hook the elbow and then bring the right hand up and over your head to grab the fingers. So just wherever you're at, whatever level, don't push yourself too much. Just go where you feel that stretch. And then we can unwind out of it. Look over your right shoulder now and do the same thing. Just a little bit of a twist here. Maybe grab the foot or just look over the shoulder. Just opening the hip and the leg a little different. And then come back to a down dog. Stretch it out. Big deep breaths into your belly. And exhale, suck your belly in. And inhale, expand in your belly. And exhale, squeeze your pelvic floor muscles. And inhale, come forward into a plank pose, lower halfway down. And inhale, up dog. Good, exhale, back. Downward facing dog. Step your feet together, lift your left leg up. Bend the knee, circle the ankle, open it up. Parallel your leg with the floor. Exhale, knee to your nose, round your spine. Inhale, reach it high. And exhale, knee to your nose. And inhale, high. And exhale, knee to nose, step it forward. And bring your back knee down. So a few breaths here. And sinking into that hip stretch. And then when you're ready, we can come on up, reach our arms out and up. Look up, drop those hips in our lunge. Bring your hands forward and then back, and if you want to, see if you can, ow. That side's a little tight for me. So you might try to, or just interlace your hands behind your back here. Did that first, and then we reached for the foot. Gotta take our time. A little tight today. Each side is always different. It's so important to just honor your body, not push through any too much pain. But if you want, and if your floor is hard like mine, you gotta bring your hands down and then lift your foot up. And then grab the foot. And the left hand can come forward as you gaze at the fingertips. And breathe, keep sinking those hips. Opening that tight area. And bring your hands down to a forward fold over that left leg now. Grab the toes, half splits. And we'll just slide that foot a little bit more forward just to open it up a little more. You can come into a full splits if you'd like. This basically is my full splits. So we're just breathing and opening some of those deeper areas in the leg to stretch. And we can slide it back. So the knee is under that right hip, and lift the left hand up. Drop the left hip down. Breathe here. Fingers over the head and bend forward. And we're going to bring the shin on the ground for our pigeon, and hands down. Up on the fingertips. Right hand can come up and back, grabbing the leg. And either stay here or grab the foot if you can. So if you're more flexible, you can hook the elbow. It's a little too intense for me on this side. And then reach your left arm up and back and grab the fingertips. So breathing wherever you're at. And when you're ready, we'll look over the left shoulder. Same thing, just twisting the other way. Maybe grab the foot if you'd like, or just stay there. And then we'll unwind, come back, down dog, stretch it out, push back. Big breaths to the belly, exhale, suck your belly in. And we're going to roll forward. So just bend your knees, come up on your toes, and round your spine to roll forward into a plank pose. Lower halfway down. Strong arms. Knees can be down. Up dog. Tops of the feet down. Knees up if that feels okay for you. If not, keep your knees down. Back to down dog. Inhale, look between your hands. Bottom of your exhale, just step forward in a hanging forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Bring your feet a little closer together. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bring your feet all the way together. Bend your knees. Bring your fingertips under your heels and smash your face into your shins. And we're going to try to straighten the legs here, but you're holding your heels. So your knees are probably bent, but you're trying to straighten them. Pulling your elbows around your calves. Breathing. Good. Inhale, lift halfway up. And exhale, fold. And we can bend our knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Just really nice and slow. Feel each vertebrae. As you come up, arms out and up. And release your hands. Squeeze your biceps. And as you exhale, bring your fingers over to the left. Bend over to the left. Push your hips to the right. And bring your left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. And look forward. Show your neck like if someone is in front of you. They would be able to see your neck. You can maybe even look up. Keep pulling on that right hand and reach over to the side. Inhale, come on up. I love this one. It's a nice stretch, but it also strengthens your obliques. So pull over to the side. And it's good for your spine too. So reach over to the side. Really pull that left arm. Breathe. Right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, bend your elbows behind you, a little bit of a back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to our heart. Good job. Pause, palms by your side. You can bring your feet a little bit apart if you'd like. And wiggle the weight around on the bottoms of your feet. And then even out the weight distribution on the bottoms of your feet. Gently squeeze your thighs, reach your tailbone down, roll your shoulders back. And go into the stillness in mountain pose. So there's a stillness, but there's also an energy moving. Feel the earth like you're growing roots into the earth. As you inhale, feel that energy move up into your body and out the crown of your head. Just imagine you have like a cocoon of glowing light emanating off of your body. Your toroidal field cycling, shooting up out the crown of your head and around you. And just connecting with that flow, with that perfection, with that beauty, the grace of being connected. You feel your spirit. Spread your fingers wide. We're here to have the body learn to be a pure vehicle to express you, to express your spirit. Not to live from a place of your head or your body, but to identify as this spirit and learn how to use the body and the mind to serve your purpose, why you're here. So spread your fingers wide. We're coaching the body, and there's so many things the body's going to resist and the mind is going to resist, and you have to learn to not identify with either one, but treat it like a child. This is your tool. Inhale your arms out and up. And exhale, hinge from your hips, come down. Inhale, lift halfway up. And exhale, fold. Step back to a plank pose. Lower halfway down. Knees can be down. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Step your feet together. Lift your right leg up. Bend the knee, open it. And straighten the leg. Step the foot forward, round your spine. Spin your back heel down, warrior one. Looking up in your warrior one, exhale, stay. Spin your back heel down even more. Inhale, lift, and exhale, warrior two. Again, stay, gaze at your fingertips, take a breath. And exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Flip your right palm, reverse. Reach your fingers behind you. And fingertips to the floor. Press your elbow into your knee and look up at your top fingertips. Squeeze your right hip in. Bring your fingertips over your head, gaze forward. Drop your hand, step your back foot in just a little bit. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, pyramid pose, nose to your knee. Bend your front knee if you need to smash your nose to your knee. Shoulders away from your ears. Push hard into the floor and round your back. Left hip a little forward, right hip a little back. Inhale, lift halfway up. And exhale, right hand to the hip. Looking over to the right. If you need to, you might step your left foot over to the left just a little bit for a little more stability. You can reach your right arm up if you'd like, or keep it at the hip. Maybe look up. Reach fingertips over the head and balancing stick. Lift your back leg up and reach your arms out to the side. See if you can balance. Strengthen that right standing leg. Reach through the fingertips. For 3, 2, 1. Just lower your hands. Point your left toes and look up at your left toes. Standing split. Bring your forehead a little closer towards your shin as you lift those toes a little higher. Nice. So come all the way back down. Inhale, lift up into a lunge. And then exhale, hands to the heart. We'll do a little twist. Bring your elbow to the knee. I got a little pinch in my hip, so I'm going to just bring my hand down and reach back. So either elbows to the knee, hands to the heart, or you can do this little twist I'm doing, and then we'll come all the way back down. And to a plank pose. Lower halfway down, knees can be down. And inhale, come on up. Cobra or up dog. Down dog. Big breath, exhale, suck your belly in. Left leg's gonna lift. And we're going to step it forward. Spin that back heel down, warrior one. And exhale, stay. Inhale, look up. And warrior two. Gaze at the front fingertips. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Flip your left palm, reach it behind you. And fingertips to the ground. Push your elbow into your knee. Squeeze your left hip in. Look up at your fingertips. Fingertips over your head slowly. Bring your hands down. Frame your foot. Step your back foot in just a little. Inhale, lift halfway up. And exhale, pyramid. Nose to your knee. Bend your knee if you need to. Squeeze your belly in. Round your spine. Push hard into the floor with your fingertips. Right hip a little forward. Left hip a little back. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, walk it forward, balancing stick. Flex your back toes, or you can point them. And we're gonna, a little wobbly on this side. So you're gonna hold, squeeze that standing leg, strengthening it. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Lower your hands, point your toes, look up at your right toes. Big breath, and then exhale, bring your forehead a little closer towards that leg, and look up at your toes. Good job. And then we'll come all the way back down into a lunge. Your toes are on the ground. We're going to inhale and lift up. And then exhale, we're going to twist. So hands to the heart, maybe twisting with the elbow to the knee. Or you can do what I did on this side as well, just reaching back. And then we can bring our hands down, lower, plank, and up dog, or cobra, and down dog. Couple deep breaths here, squeeze your belly in. Go ahead and bring your knees down. Take a little mini break. If you need to take a little sip of water, you can do that. Okay, from here, we can go into a headstand, and you don't have to go all the way into a full headstand, but if you want to pull your mat towards a wall, you're welcome to do that to feel a little safer, even over towards your couch, if you want to try it. And if you want to stay where you're at, you don't have to bring your knees up, but we just want to put some pressure on the crown of the head. That's really the idea. And so you interlace your hands. Make sure your elbows are right under your shoulders. You have to have this perfect triangle, otherwise you'll fall. So if your elbows are out to the side like this, you're for sure gonna fall, right? Because you can't stay up in a flat line. You gotta create a triangle, and then your head is in the middle of that triangle. The very crown of your head is in the middle of that triangle. So once you bring your head down, it's just like a down dog. You lift your knees up and you walk your toes towards your face so that your hips go over. And once your hips are over your shoulders, you can lift your toes. Because if the hips are in alignment, then that's your whole torso. Then it's just the legs that need to come up. So you can bring your legs up if you'd like, or just bring your hips over your torso and work on just lifting one toe at a time, trying to balance. Just hovering your toes maybe an inch off of the ground. That's a good way to start to learn. You just see if you can hover your toes. And then once you can hover your toes, you can lift your legs. You just bring your ankles over your hips. You don't want to kick up in a headstand. That's more of like a handstand. You want to really go nice and slow. And then we're just breathing here, pressing into your forearms. And you're welcome if you want to do wide legs here, play with your legs. Open the inner thighs. Bring your right leg behind you, left leg in front of you. And you can bring the left leg to the right, doing a twist. Maybe wrap the legs around one another. Eagle legs. And if you did that, do the other side. Swing the legs around. Okay, when you're ready to come down, just go ahead and rest in a child's pose for a moment. You can bring your arms behind you, rest those arms. And come on up onto your hands and knees. Look up. And exhale, round your spine. Come back to down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your feet between your hands. Inhale, lift halfway up. And exhale and fold. Come on up with a flat back now. So reach your arms out and up. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, we'll come over to the left. Bring your feet all the way together as you pull your hands to the left. Do our half moon. Maybe a little bit deeper. Taking a few breaths here as we reach. And inhale and come on up. Half moon, other side, pull the left hand over to the right. Push your hips to the left. Bring that right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. And show your neck. Gazing forward. Inhale, come on up, back bend. Bend your elbows. Inhale up, exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold, step back to a plank. Lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Step your feet together. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Warrior one. And warrior two. Reverse, flip your palm, reach back. And fingertips to the ground. Fingers over your head, frame your foot. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, nose to your knee. Inhale up, right hand up, look up. Reach fingertips over your head, balance. And bring your hands down, look up at your toes. Sink down, lift up to your plank, or not plank, this is lunge. And then twist, any kind of twist you like, hands to your heart, elbow to your knee, or keep it lifted and twist. You can also bring your back knee down. Sometimes you can get a deeper twist if you bring your back knee down. Ooh, and that's better for my hip. So we're breathing and we're twisting. Squeeze the belly in as you twist. And if your back knee is down too, you can reach back and grab the foot in your twist. And go ahead and come on out of it. Plank pose, lower halfway. And inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. And step it forward. Inhale up, warrior one. Warrior two. Flip it, reach back. Fingertips to the ground, side angle, look up. Fingertips over your head. Frame your foot, back foot in. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Left hand up, maybe step right foot out to the side a little bit more. And fingertips over the head and fly. Back leg lifts. Exhale, lower. Look up at the toes. Go ahead and drop down and lift. Lunge. And exhale and twist. Maybe bring your back knee down on this one so you get a little bit deeper. Squeeze and twist. And if you want to reach back and grab your foot, you can. A little too intense for me on that side. Good. Go ahead and bring your hands down and come all the way down onto your belly. And your right cheek down, palms down by your side. And then let's grab our feet. Ow, I got a little pinch. Sorry, I keep saying ow. And I pulled something in my right hip before. So you're pushing your hips into the ground. Stretch your legs. And then we're going to bring our forehead down and we're going to start to kick into the legs, and you're going to lift a lot higher than I'm lifting. Get your knees off of the ground. Okay, now I can do it. So you're going to kick, kick, kick. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Maybe rock a little bit. Come into our bow pose. I love this pose. Breathe for 3 and 2 and 1 and lower. Bring your opposite cheek down and rub your back from your mid-back. Rub long strokes from your mid-back down to your sacrum. And then interlace your hands and lift up. Shalabhasana. Squeeze those glutes. Point through your toes. Nice. Squeeze your glutes more. Bring your feet maybe a little closer together. And lift for 3. Lift a little higher. 2, 1. Good job. Opposite cheek down. Maybe rub your back. And push back to child's pose. Big breath here. Exhale, roll up nice and slow. Bring your knees together and we'll come into a rabbit pose. So we'll take a breath. And then as you exhale, you're going to grab your heels and bring your forehead to your knees and the crown of your head to the floor. Lift your hips as you pull on your heels. Straight arms, pulling on the heels. Stretching and opening that lower back, the vertebrae. Breathing into the spine. Stretching. Good. Breathe into it. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Come on up, roll up, and just pause here. And relax. Let's do breath of fire. So we're on our shins here, and we're just going to pump our belly. Exhaling through the mouth. So we're going to inhale into the nose. And then when you exhale, you're going to exhale kind of through your teeth. You go, and you squeeze your belly in and go, take a big breath. We'll do it a little faster. And you know, inhale, deep breath. Exhale, relax. Bring your legs around. And let's do a boat pose. Bring your legs up. Exhale to crocodile. Inhale to boat. Exhale to crocodile. Inhale to boat. Exhale, crocodile. Inhale, boat. Exhale, crocodile. One more. Inhale, boat. And then we're going to hold crocodile. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, come up. Good, and exhale, come all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest. Good work. Press your tailbone down. Squeeze those knees in. If you want to, wrap your arms around and squeeze a little bit tighter. And then happy baby pose, grab your feet. And bring your knees to the left for a twist. Good, and the knees over. And go ahead and bring your knees up into your chest and straighten them for final relaxation pose. It went a little bit over. So I just want to say namaste. I love you guys. I hope to see you this weekend at the OC Yoga Festival. I'll be there Saturday morning at 9. And then Sunday at 5 o'clock after the bands play, I'll be on the stage. So come. I love you all. I hope you're well. And if you want to come, it's ocyogafest.com. And I will see you next week. Gaze at the point between the eyebrows and just let yourself sink